Hi everyone, this is meowmurai. Let's continue our game of Dragon's Dogma 2, running on PlayStation 5. Let's see, one more add-ons not yet acquired. Access them, simply rest at the inn. Didn't I already rest at the inn?
Now this is a conundrum. Ingredients are plentiful hereabouts.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
So this is where you've been. Come with me to the village entrance. The watchhead's waiting for you.
We may benefit from pursuing the information. Can't say I've any tidings to share.
Can't say I have any tidings to share. Oh, jeez.
You really ought to have returned by now. Mayhaps this time I went looking. Is that you, Norbert? Oh, fie. I got my hopes up for naught. Wait, listen. Would you be willing to search for my brother? The brave fool said he was going to look for herbs and went off into the forest. I've seen no sign of him since. I'd go and search for him myself, only it is a dangerous place. Understand? I'm not afraid of monsters, but it would hardly help anything if I were to run in there unprepared and get myself hurt now, would it? So I thought, mayhap you'd go in my place. You look like you could manage those woods better than I. Please, sir, I worry for my brother. Many thanks. Right. As for where I think he's gone... Go into the forest, and turn when you reach the tree with the bird's nest, keeping the cliff to your right. Ah, this won't work, will it? I could see the route in my mind's eye. But my feet know it better than I do. I don't think I could plot it on a map, and it's hard to describe. But my brother and I are the only ones who use that path, to my knowledge. I suppose there's only one thing for it. I'll have to show you the way. Just be alert. The monsters of the forest have changed since the dragon's attack. I'll need you to watch over me, keep me safe. You will, won't you? Right.
Well, as long as you're paying.
In we go then.
Actually, we should get the money ahead of time.
My life's in your hands, friend.
We have been called upon to render aid. Let us make haste.
Wish I didn't have to work to earn my bread.
Ah, you've returned. Good timing, too. I have questions for you. First and foremost, will you accompany me to the capital? My thanks. Are you ready to depart, or do you need some time to prepare?
Anytime.
Very well. Speak with me once you've finished your preparations.
Zach, you rudely interrupted me.
In relation to that, we've not counted a thief among our number for some...
I'll wager I could make that shot.
I look forward to seeing your marksmanship.
This is a good spot. Let's stop here a moment. I've camped here with my brother many a time. No doubt he caught his breath here before moving on, same as us.
If the Arisen has a camping kit to hand, they can pitch their tent by the remains of a campfire, found at set spots throughout the wilderness. Much like staying at an inn in town, resting at a campsite restores the party's health and stamina and recovers the lost gauge. Adventurers who seldom return to town should be sure to keep a camping kit in their packs, lest exhaustion overwhelm them. Camping also affords the opportunity to grow meat, granting a boost to certain stats upon consumption. The finer the quality of the meat, the greater the increase you can expect. Before setting up camp, it would be prudent to eliminate any foes lurking nearby. Neglecting to do so only heightens the chance of an ambush while your party is at its most vulnerable. Okay, well, let's check around here. I don't think there's anything around here, but...
Follow me. We ought press on, lest aught befall my brother.
Come to think of it, the private quarters of one Arisen I served had many a visitor, and rarely the same one.
Words worth hearing. Goodness, we're higher up than I'd thought.
Would be quite painful were we to fall.
We must remain vigilant. Tis a glad thing we rested when we did.
Try not to get hit, lest all that vim go to waste. A fine display of skill. Ourselves a pat on the back.
Overconfidence is an enemy in and of itself. Let us instead strive to better ourselves with every battle.
While we're here, shall we take care of that other task we were entrusted with as well?
Efficiency is not the only factor worthy of consideration.
Can anyone hear me? Please! I need help! I thought I was done for.
Ah, it was a near thing. How are you feeling?
I think I'll be all right. But if you hadn't come for me, I... Thanks, Ian.
Save your thanks, Norbert. I'm your brother. And I ought to have come sooner.
From where I'm standing, all that matters is that you made it in time. Anyway, I'm eager to be rid of this place. Let's return to the village, shall we? The sooner the better. I've got to deliver these medicinal herbs to the people who need them.
Ah, you'll hear no complaints from me. Let's be off then.
It is our duty to protect our charge from harm.
I believe in you!
I appreciate it.
There are useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
No harm in picking a few. We are none of us alike in vocation.
That is most fortuitous.
Let us utilize our individual strengths wherever possible.
Oh, this was the camp. I don't remember which way we went.
The treasure chest. Shall we see if we can't make our way over to it?
How do you see a treasure chest?
That's it!
Okay, I have no idea. Yeah, where is it?
Do watch
up
where
there?
you're going. You'll hurt yourself one of these days.
Oh, don't mind me. These things happen.
A common reward. Frustratingly so.
We'll find a use for it, I'm sure.
Well, I don't know. I can't get to it.
I am attentive and loyal, and prefer to remain by your side. In battle, I shall follow your lead and prioritize support.
68 RC. Oh, can I not hire them? Do I not have 68 RC?
Back at last. That was an ordeal.
Aye, I'm exhausted, but I can rest after I've delivered these herbs. I'll be back soon.
Good on you. Just take care, all right? You wonder why I don't follow him? So long as he stays away from that forest, he'll be fine on his own. When my brother told me he was going to fetch those herbs, I refused to join him. Said it was too dangerous. What with the monsters acting strangely of late. And I was right. Mayhap none of this would have happened had I only gone with him. My brother is always the one taking the initiative, while I stand around with my hands in my pockets. But today's misadventure showed me that the path forward is the one with fewer regrets. Even when you can't be sure where it leads. We managed to save Norbert. Perhaps that's all that matters. Still, I can't help but wonder if I couldn't have spared him some of the pain and fear he suffered. If I'd only steeled myself sooner. So from now on, I'm going to trust in my own instincts. Never again will I let fear stop me from doing what I know to be right.
Sir Ian was rather hard on himself, methinks. He saved his brother just as much as we did.
Make haste, then. We must leave anon. Good. Then let us be on our way.
I know, we really should build a
Freshly rested as we are.
build some high-speed transport, huh? Maybe a light rail or a train.
Let me get that.
The Arisen is the lawful ruler of vermin. So it has always been. To claim the title is to claim the throne. Yet, not all. Our kingdom sees many pretenders, and they are not dealt with lightly. Best hope well not to invite my mistrust.
What a fascinating way to end a foe. This will serve for a fine tale when I rejoin my master beyond the rift.
Now that is a surprise. Is there nothing we can do about this obstacle? If a ranged attack is needed, you can count upon my aim. Might I be of assistance? Yon statue makes for a fine landmark.
Let us make our way over to it while 'tis in our sights.
Hold here a moment. I shall bid them open the gate.
Who's that you've brought with you, Watchhead, sir?
An Arisen, by all appearances.
An Arisen? Another pretender, you mean? I see the Sovereign's ascension has done little to stop such charlatans from plying their trade.
'Tis uncertain. This one commands the loyalty of the pawns.
What? Impossible. You know as well as I do that there can be but one Arisen, and he's up in the palace.
I'm well aware of how preposterous the idea is, thank you. However, as I do not believe it my place to rule on such a matter, I will make my report to the captain. If the claim is false, we will be rewarded handsomely for our trouble. If the claim is true, however, who can say? All's been arranged. Come, let us pass through the gate.
Ingredients are plentiful hereabouts.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
An ox cart was meant to meet us, yet 'tis nowhere in sight. Aught may have befallen it. Best we press on.
This is generally used as a material.
Different combinations of materials result in different creations. Alas, 'twould seem I've taken on too much.
Perhaps 'tis time we returned to our base of operations and deposited some of our finds.
Don't have a choice. Oh, those guys are in trouble. Look how casual he's walking.
Everyone all right?
Not a care in the world.
More marks of the dragon's fury. Its rampage must have weakened the earth here.
I've got a good feeling about this one.
We've got goblins!
Shame I've no arms on this foe. We're all in the same boat.
I say it. We trounced our foe well and true.
Well, I'm sure there's still room for improvement. Huzzah! What a team we make, Arisen! I'll turn you into a pincushion!
None of us can get up there.
I'll collect that. You needn't trouble yourself.
I dare say the cart shan't be traversing this. Onward! It might await us on the road ahead.
You just stopped just to say that? I mean, we were going to go there anyway. Oh, a nice trip. My goodness. Going flying.
Would that we might always be so in step, eh? How do you like that?
Ensure your next attack is no less purposeful. Stay with me, Arisen. Wait a moment.
Oh, I see birds over there. Where are we going, dude? You're supposed to be leading me. What the heck?
You're staring, Arisen. Has aught yonder caught your eye?
I'm so encumbered. I'm walking so much slower.
not over there?
We ought to take a closer look.
What's this? We're trapped.
Oh, hi.
Aye, a Cyclops! To think we'd encounter one here of all places.
A Cyclops. Hear that thundering gate? It is a Cyclops.
I'll turn you into a pit position.
The power of such a torrent is not to be underestimated.
Was it madly upon this? Unleashing it during combat ought to bluster our foes. This brute has quite the temper.
Might we not use their rage to our advantage?
No more. Master, we ought to have revealed every option taken from us. When our curatives run out, we're done for. You like how the
Even opening. To inform the Arisen is coming.
You have my gratitude, sir. Should seem I misjudged you. I had taken you for another false Arisen. Goodness knows we see a lot of them. Yet the value you showed in coming to our aid has dispelled such thoughts. Here, take this as a mark of my trust.
You had nothing in your hand.
To one of
Thanks.
the sentinels stationed at the gates to the capital, and you'll be granted an audience with Captain Brandt. You're free to make your own way to the capital now. I see no need to keep you under constant watch, and I'm sure you'll breathe a little easier as well, aye? Of course, if you'd rather continue to accompany us, you are still welcome to join us on the ox cart. 'Tis your decision.
There's an ox cart. I'll take an ox cart. Oh, there is an ox cart.
There are useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
No harm in picking a few.
Ah, here's the cart now. Do you intend to join us? Very
Accompany
well.
them.
Board the ox cart and we'll be off.
Besides, I'm over encumbered. I got a fat ass right now.
Ooh, I can't wait to find out what's inside.
I see a ladder yonder. but we can't reach it from here. We'll have to get up there and drop it down.
Like how we have a cart and nobody's in the cart. We're all just walking around it. Oh, I guess we can doze off. Time is an ever-flowing river in this world, and the activities and behaviors of its inhabitants reflect this. People are unlikely to remain in the same place all day long, and may only appear in the morning, at night, or at midday. To pass the time, you can either stay at an inn or make use of one of the special seats found indoors in set locations. Come nightfall, you will be able to see no further than the ground at your feet, and the onset of darkness summons fearsome monsters not seen by day. Explore the wilderness after sunset at your own peril, and be sure you have a lantern in your pack. Some items that can be gathered will change over time, such as ripening and growing more flavorful. There are also items that, if allowed to age just long enough, will become more useful when combining materials. However, you should keep a close eye on raw items in particular, as consuming anything that has been aged past its prime is likely to have unpleasant side effects. Certain objects, such as structures that can be destroyed by your attacks, will regenerate after a set amount of time has passed. Similarly, fruits, berries, and other gatherable flora will grow back after time.
Goblins! What rotten luck! We've need of your aid again, sir.
Have courage! Right beside you!
I'm not seasoned enough for this.
That's it!
Wishing my armor could.
Seems we drove them off. You've my thanks for aiding us. Vernworth isn't far from here. Will you join us the rest of the way? All right. Into the ox cart, then.
The following morning. Vernworth, capital of Vermund. You judging me, sir? I'm the Arisen. The real one.
I was informed of your coming would be Arisen.
Captain Brandt, this individual summoned a pawn through a rift stone. Several witnesses can attest to it. Though I admit I had my doubts at first. It would seem this is no mere deceiver.
This one's not a bad sort. Saved our hides on the way here.
As decreed by the great will of our world, there can only be one Arisen. That Arisen now resides within the palace. Indeed, he is our sovereign and the rightful ruler of Vermund. It follows, therefore, that this ruffian before us is naught but a pretender.
Look at me, you're giving me a sad face.
You must submit to questioning. If you value your life, you will not attempt to flee. I shall conduct the interrogation myself. Stand watch outside. I beg your forgiveness for my insolence, Your Majesty. If the Queen Regent had learned of your existence, I fear your life would have been in peril. I had no choice but to treat you as a pretender, lest my actions draw suspicion from watchful eyes.
Enough of this farce. I don't understand.
Then you have truly lost your memory? In that case, mayhap I ought to explain the situation before we proceed. You, and no other, are the sovereign, the only legitimate ruler of this kingdom. Some days past, you confronted the dragon in the village of Melv, whereupon you became Arisen. The people rejoiced, for our true liege had finally appeared, ending Ramon's long years of council rule. Yet, not all celebrated your coming.
Vernworth Palace, a few months prior.
Your arrival would have robbed the Queen Regent Disa of everything. During the time of the previous council, she acted as a queen in her own right, ruling the palace as she saw fit. And just after the consul's passing, when 'twas all but certain that her son would take his father's place.
Oh, I can fix her, no problem. Get that wild beast in me.
Reached the castle that the Arisen had been found. To Disa, your Majesty's very existence is naught but an obstacle to her own family's continued prosperity. The assassination of the Arisen is an impossible feat for mortal hands. Thus, Disa chose to abduct your Majesty while you recovered from your wounds, in order to rob you of your memory with a fell curse and sell you to Batal as a slave. Following that, she prepared a replacement to serve as the sovereign in your stead, a mere puppet. However, with your Majesty returned, I have no intention of twiddling my thumbs as Disa plays her games. I shall devise some plans to further our cause. Pray, visit me a night in the tavern that we might discuss them. This one's cleared of all suspicion and has my permission to remain in the capital. You are to trouble the good sir no further. Are we clear?
Both Vermund and Batal regard the Scourge of the Dragon as a matter of the utmost priority. Should the baleful creature alight on either side of the border, both nations are sworn to provide aid, as well as to assist in the evacuation of the populace, and with scouting missions as needed. In such an event, all troops are expected to put aside any disagreements of faith or culture, and devote themselves wholeheartedly to their duty. That's right. There's a greater enemy afoot.
Pray forgive me, I'm in a bit of a hurry.
Consarn it! Get back here!
You there! Did you see an urchin in a cap run past just now? Can you tell me which way he went? Many thanks. I'll catch that wretch yet.
We'll just lie. Ain't no snitch.
You're a kind
Well, I don't know what he did. Maybe I will be a snitcher
I'm in your debt.
if he turns out to be a real jerk.
In fact, there's aught I would ask of you if you've the time to spare.
Aha! There you are!
Oh, apologies, but our chat will have to wait. Till next we meet. Farewell.
We found a chest. Let us examine what it has to offer.
I've all manner of arms for sale. Come, have yourself a look.
Poppy pinion. Goblin horn. I mean, apparently I'm encumbered, so, you know. Let's see. Fulgurous Lord. Grimoire that casts a spell upon being read. Usable even by those incapable magics. Invokes high 11 lightning spell. Oh, okay, well, obviously I'm keeping that. Medicinal pellet containing bits of fruit. Consume it to recover a good deal of health. Oh, yeah, keeping those too. Why am I heavy? Do I really have that much stuff on me? It doesn't really seem like it. Oh, it's the camping kit that's so heavy, really? Gee, you can't carry more than one, huh? I guess I want a broadsword. What about bagel? Nothing for bagel? So if you change this pawn's equipment, the previously equipped items will be returned to the pawn's master, and any newly equipped items will be gifted to the pawn's master when the pawn is dismissed. Yeah, that's fine. Enhance equipment. Equipment enhance. If you have the requisite materials to hand, you can enhance your equipment at any shop equipped with a forge. Consider enhancing your equipment according to your level and fighting style. Styles of smithing. There are several styles of smithing used in enhancement, and each one produces a different result, such as the moderate all-around improvement or significant increase to magic or might. Choose the style that is most compatible with your preferred equipment and approach to combat. $240 gold. You don't have any arm. You don't have any armor. Oh, you do. Okay. Oh, you have some shields. Let's see. Drenching our arrow here so the target explodes after a time if attacked. Drenching the target. Tearing arrow. Arrow that adheres to the target and explodes after a time of attack. Tearing the target. Blight. Okay.
It is most exhilarating to hand over such a sum.
An investment made for safer travels can hardly be called extravagant.
Well, now I'm kind of broke. I see a tavern. Is there an inn?
Now there's a worthy prize. If only 'twerk so far away.
Welcome to the Star Drop Inn. We serve all manner of fine ales here. Shall I pour you a cup to start you off? Sit back, relax, and enjoy the finest brews in all of Vernworth.
Your Majesty, your timing is impeccable. I just thought to call for you.
You're getting drunk.
'Tis not a matter for prying ears. Pray, let us speak out here. As I informed you when last we spoke, the palace is filled with the Queen Regent's sycophants.
We went out here to talk in the rain.
Should Disa denounce your Majesty as a false Arisen, few would elect to doubt her. Yet if we are to prove your identity, I believe there is no occasion more suitable than the coronation. It was delayed so that the sovereign, that is, the false Arisen, could convalesce in the palace, but the date has now been set. The central players in the court ought all be in attendance. It would be a fine opportunity to display your Majesty's power. None would be able to deny that you are the true Arisen then. There is a problem, however. Entry to such an event is limited to the chosen few. Only select members of the nobility and citizens who have contributed greatly to Vermont's continued prosperity will be granted entry. If your Majesty is to be counted among them, you will need to attend to a number of tasks. Pray, allow me to summarize them for you.
Tell me the monster cuddling.
Citizenry have called upon my soldiers to cull monsters that plague the land. What say you? Might I ask for your cooperation in this matter? I thank you, Your Majesty. There are 3 locales that have seen significant trouble of late. The first is Trevo Mine, to the northwest. We've had reports of goblins swarming in great numbers. Next is Half Village, west of Vernworth. I believe soldiers have already been dispatched to cull an infestation of saurians there. Finally, there is a call for someone to locate a group of soldiers tasked with delivering freight. They were last seen crossing the second bridge on the eastern edge of Vermont.
There is no shortage of beasts that need culling in this world. We ought take the time.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen.
Tell me of the Queen Regent.
You will need to infiltrate the palace to gather evidence of Disa's misdeeds. I hesitate to ask something so dangerous of you, yet I fear we have few other options. I have attempted to do the same through my own channels before now, though I have yet to uncover so much as a whisper of her plots. Would that I could undertake the task myself, but my station prohibits me from reckless action. What say you, Your Majesty? Might I ask this task of you?
I'm doing all the work
I shall ensure that
for being the king.
Queen Regent's office is open between midnight and dawn. Pray use that time to conduct your investigation. There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to
Tell me of the magistrate.
all those who serve the Queen Regent. There is but one who I have no doubt will lend his support to your Majesty's I refer to Waldar, a magistrate. Many a time has Disa demanded Waldar amend the code of Vermont to her own benefit. And many a time has the magistrate refused her, for he is loyal to none but the spirit of the law. As a result, he now sits in a cell beneath the palace. Our laws dictate that your Majesty is our rightful ruler. Thus, as the staunchest supporter of the law known to the palace, I'm quite confident that Waldor will be willing to vouch for your Majesty. What say you? Might you be willing to aid me in arranging the magistrate's release? I prepared a means for you to enter the palace dungeons. Pray, Take this. This mission demands the utmost secrecy. Prithee be cautious, Your Majesty. Should you be discovered, I will be unable to lend aught in the way of aid.
Mission impossible.
I've heard some interesting tidings about town.
Regarding the Vermundian military, yes.
'Twould seem the Queen Regent has made significant alterations to the chain of command.
Let's see, which one is the inn? There's a summoning stone. I wish, it would just say inn.
Mayhap this ladder is here for a reason.
After you, Arisen.
Vocation guild. Maybe it's just a little bit too much to ask instead of having symbols everywhere.
A treasure chest. Shall we see if we can't make our way over to it? Oh dear. What am I to do?
Money just lying around. Hopefully the rifle owner doesn't come back and claim it. Be rather awkward. Ox carts.
Well met, son. How might I be of service?
I see a barber. But not an inn.
Isn't it about time we had ourselves a meal? Oh, what I wouldn't give for a bowl of hot stew.
What's this? Another cart. Oh, that's the inn? Okay. Sorry, I don't consider a tavern an inn. But this game does.
Oh, what does this say?
A thorough perusal might reveal aught of interest.
Always sets me to think. This
Oh, did I just go into somebody's house? Sorry, just passing through.
Welcome to the Star Drop Inn. We serve all manner of fine ales here. Shall I pour you a cup to start you off? Come back anytime.
Yeah, it's not really an inn, is it? Is there a place where I can rest? Shakir's Inn, okay.
Fine wares.
Is it upstairs? Man, this map.
Good evening, sir. I trust you fared all right on the roads, despite the hour?
Shall we get some rest then?
Till nightfall. I'll be like 4 minutes. But I have a mission at nightfall, so you know.
Up we get. We can expect a busy night.
Step light.
Oh, actually, why don't we stop it there? This is meowmurai. You've been watching Dragon's Dogma 2, running on the PlayStation 5. Yeah, again, the only thing that really disappoints me is that it's running at 30 frames. You know, it has a good look to it, so I understand why they maybe wanted to cap it at 30 frames. Unfortunately, it doesn't even really hit those targets. I mean, sometimes the frame rate just tanks, but that's been common across all the versions. I mean, the Xbox version, the PC version. So something about this engine, about the RE engine, is actually not working too well with this game, even though it's been a pretty reliable engine for all of Capcom's other games. It seems like it's kind of beyond the limits of this one. That being said, you know, it's not like it's a Devil May Cry. It's not fast action, so you don't need the kind of you don't need the kind of reaction time that would dictate a 60 frame game. But still, it would be nice on a $500 PlayStation 5 to be able to do 60 frames. I don't really think that's a weird thing to ask. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.